Hello and welcome to Divine Messages with Max Ryan and Polly Wirum. We are so glad you're here. You are here for the next 35 minutes to experience divine messages for you and for our wonderful guest today, Megan, that is here, who you will meet later on. This show is a beautiful, beautiful half hour of divine messages from Source, from a past life, from future lives. We are intuitives and we open up to divine energy. There's no script here. We have not planned anything out. We do not know what's going to happen, and there may be some surprises that will happen today. And so welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new to our show, my name is Max Ryan. I am a spiritual teacher, an intuitive, a law of attraction trainer, and I have been an intuitive since I was a very little boy. I realized that I could see things other people couldn't see. I kind of knew things other people didn't know. And since then, I have worked on my craft. I have worked on it so that I could really tune in to what's going on. And the only purpose, for me, the only purpose of having this, if you call it a gift, is to help people in their lives. That's the only purpose, to help see a different perspective, to have a different picture so that you can see things that you need to either overcome or to celebrate in your life. And so I've been doing it for a very long time, and my website is attractpositiveresults.com. And I'm also very, very, very big on Periscope. If you're on Periscope, you can see me there 3 to 4 times a day doing daily meditations. I also have a show called Tarot-Scope on the First Network for Periscope, and it's a really fun, interactive tarot reading show. So I do that, and I do a lot of work with my amazing colleague, Polly Wirum. Hey, Polly.
Hello, Max. Thank you. I like Max. I like you, Max. No, I like Max.
Better.
I just love the work we do. I have so much fun. And for me, it's the same thing. It's really helping people find more peace in their life. So I do this with coaching. I do it with intuitive readings. I've just started a blog talk radio show that's on Tuesdays. And on that one, I really like people to share inspirational stories, and or just good habits. I love promoting magic in people's lives and helping people look at other options that are available to them. So my website is gateways2peace.com, and that's with the number 2. I am all about, the human connection and the connection to animals, and it's all about this really beautiful, loving energy that we have all around us, we have within us, and we just interact with it. So that's my story.
You're sticking to it.
I am.
You're sticking to it. And I was going to say something. Oh yeah, just so you know kind of how I work. When we start doing the reading, especially when we get into talking to Megan down there, the beautiful Megan right there, we will, I have a master guide, and his name is Gawain, and so sometimes you might see me saying thank you, so I get some messages from him. I am crazy, but I'm not certifiably crazy, so just don't think that I'm crazy. I just wanted to tell you that. And I also, for me, the way I use tarot cards also. I might be using them today for the reading also. So I think that's about it. Anything else you want to say before we do our invocation and our prayer into the show today?
I'll say I use cards also, and I see things and hear things, and everything's unscripted. It's just completely fun. But I mean, what's really cool is the people that have been on our show, or that we do readings with, or when we do our events, people always contact us and say how it helped them, how it changed their life, and that is why we do it. It's really cool.
For sure. And also I do want to say this, and this is called Divine Messages, and even though you're not being read right now in the audience, in the viewing audience, but the messages that are coming through today are very likely messages that you need in your life. So it's not just for our guest today, it is for all of us. Polly and I might need these messages too. So just listen carefully, and when we go to our special guest, those messages might be for you also. Okay?
Wonderful. So we ready for a prayer?
I'm always ready for prayer.
Awesome. Okay, everybody take a beautiful, nice breath in. Beautiful, beautiful air. Release. And I welcome in our guides. I welcome all the divine energy. I welcome in source and whatever that means to you. And we bring that into this circle, bring this into our intent for a beautiful reading today for Megan. And for Max and Polly to be able to help themselves, help others, and for the messages that we learned today to carry us forward. So it really helps us attach to energy. We connect to new energy that is healing for us. It kind of absolves even differences that we've had in the past, that we've felt in the past, and we're moving into this really beautiful healing energy today, and that's what I'm feeling. Like this today is going to be all about healing. And so know that we are being healed. We are absolutely 100% complete, whole, and we are moving forward in that beautiful message of healing is deep within us, and so it is.
And so it is. Okay. All right. Okay, that's very interesting that you said that, because I had a few images going on. There's a lot of energy in this room, and there's a lot of energy of all the people watching, and I was totally tuning into Megan while you were doing that. But then I also have to say, what you were saying about healing is really right on, because I got this I'll show you. It's like kind of crazy, but I had to show you. I did this little. It's so hard to say. I did this little thing that goes like this. Woo! It's like this is the feeling, the energy. This is so kind of crazy, but I have to say it to you right now. I only give you what I get. There's an energy, I think, with the people, with the world, with us, with all the people watching. There's this feeling of like going down, 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 kind of like I'm losing hope, but really, at least recently, it's going, whoa, we're going back up. Oh, it's going back up. And that is another way of healing. I really feel that. Thank you very much. Yeah, my guide's saying that kind of many, many people in the world are like going, okay, it's kind of like we've hit kind of bottom and we're starting to go back up. And that's a beautiful place to be. You can't start going back up if you're not healing, if you're not looking at yourself, if you're not doing your work. And I think a lot of people are doing their work. And thank you. Okay, I just have to say this. A lot of this is for Megan. I do have to say a lot of this is for Megan. But I do think that everyone here needs to really heed that. Is that, and you might be, I have to show it again for some reason. You might be in, where's the thing? You might be in this part right now. But listen, it's going up. It really is going up. It's kind of like people were high, and then they went down. You might be right here right now. But literally, I think a lot of people are like this. We're going back up. Things are looking up. Things are starting to shift. Relationships are starting to change. My body is starting to change. My finances are starting to change. Things are starting to feel like they're coming up. So, thank you. So he's saying that there's quite a lot of people that are watching this right now that can relate to that, and to just sit in that and go, yeah, it's really all working out. There really is. And I have to say, thank you. So my guide says, you too, Matt. It is really for me too. So I really think that that's true. That's true. Polly, are you getting anything around that?
Yeah, and I just, because, I never know what comes through when I do my prayers, but I think the healing message is for everybody to remember that they have access to that healing energy. And so just, ask for it. But when we talk about it, like I can even feel the energy in my room shifting. So the more we talk about it and the people that hear it now, it automatically promotes healing, which is what frequently happens when we do our live shows, because it changes the energy in the room. But when we're ready, can we share with Megan now?
Yeah, sure. Let's go for it, because I feel like a lot of this is for Megan.
It is. It is for Megan. Okay, so two things. Actually, I got quite a lot for you. So just so everybody knows, so we come on like half an hour early and we talk about how the show's going to work, and then I told Megan, oh, she's got beautiful teeth, and I said, I saw her like looking like a, model type thing. And so then she shared with us that that's a piece of her life right now. So, which is awesome. I feel like, so you have like all this kind of exciting stuff going on right now. You are coming out of a place where, can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to show you two things. I'm going to show you that one also. So you're coming out of a place where it wasn't so easy and you kind of felt like something's broken and you were turning around and you were stuck turning around and looking at the past. And you really felt like you had a lot of pressure. I will say, even when you had a lot of pressure, because you're super strong, even when you had like a lot of pressure, outside pressure on you, you have the capability to keep your sanity, to defend yourself and do some nurture, I'm hearing holistic nurturing stuff. So even when things were really tough on you, and you were able to pull it together and kind of comfort yourself. But you're coming out of that. You definitely are coming out of that. And this work excitement that you're coming into, this exciting type stuff, this good stuff that you're coming into, it lasts for a while, and then it levels out, and then you actually hit this lifestyle where I'm actually getting permanent relationship status change, where something, look at Max's head. Anyhow, so you've got this excitement stuff. Your lifestyle is going to hit this very stable. That's the thing, where you don't, like it's been kind of, it's going to hit stability, and you're going to have this relationship, and, your family dynamics, all that stuff changes, and it's going to be good and strong.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you? Okay, I know Max wants to add because his head's going.
Well, well, there's quite a few things, but I just want to say this. It's interesting because one of the things that no, I'm going to come back to that. Let me write that down. I'm just going to come back to that. This is more important. Okay. The first thing is that little thing that I wrote was really for you. It really was for you. I think that people can relate to that, but Megan, really, it's kind of like you were at a high at some point feeling like, yeah, and then everything kind of turned in your life, and you went, whoa, and now it's starting to come back up. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. You were really feeling like life's really okay. It's all, and then something, and I feel like it might have been a relationship, because the relationship is all over you. There's a relationship situation going on all over you. And I don't know if it was a breakup or if your heart got broken or something, but it made you go, oh my God, and then you kind of bottomed out. In the last probably, you really started to come back up, and things started working out for you, like you had a lot of luck. Things started to kind of come together for you in the last like 6 months, 6 or 7 months. It started to go, oh, it's working. Oh, things are working. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, and you did tell us that you did this some kind of a reality show. So, did that reality show? You did say that, so I need to tell everyone that, because I got this thing. That was part of the, oh, it's coming back, right?
That was a year ago, but
okay.
I mean, after that happened, yes.
Okay, so it's really going up for you, and it's interesting because, and I do have to let all the viewers know, we did talk about before this, and we do talk, but we don't ask very personal things, we don't. But she did ask us, what is the thing that comes up the most for us, and as intuitives, and we said, usually it's kind of relationship thing, and you know what? The relationship thing is big with you. It is big with you. It's a lot of your okay, I'll just ask her. Are you in a relationship now, or did you break up with somebody? And it
just recently broke up. Yeah.
Okay, and that is, thank you. My guide's going, that was a good choice. That was a good choice.
Yeah.
Because, and do you know that to be
yes.
true?
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't feel a lot of heartbreak for you, but I do feel like you're the kind of person. You're a very strong person. You're really independent, but you're better in a couple. You're better when you're kind of like two peas in a pod, and you have yet to totally find that. You've almost found it, but I see it coming. I definitely see it coming in the next, probably, I'm not going to put a time, but it's coming. It's definitely coming. But you're going to sow your seeds for a little while. You're going to work. You're going to do some work. You're going to try some different things out. And I think, thank you. My guide's saying to me that you're going to be a little surprised pretty soon, because you're going to be doing something you didn't think that you were going to do. And I think an opportunity is going to come to you, and you're going to be like, wait a second, why am I I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm going to tell you, why am I a PA on the Today Show? I don't know why I'm doing that, but I'm doing it. I'm not sure if that means anything to you, but it just, like, I'm not sure, but it's something that you might have been like, huh? Because you're in a very open place right now. You are in an open place, and it's going to take you to that relationship. It's going to take you to a lot of wonderful things. And I agree with Polly. Stability and having a relationship is really kind of where you're going.
Okay.
And you, just because you're kind of like that, you know, that whole, you have those strong family connections, obviously, and so that's just going to serve you well. And then the other thing, because you are you're a hard worker and you're super strong and super independent, but also be creative. Allow some creativity, because I pulled that's one of the first cards I actually pulled for you, was creativity. So don't be afraid to, and I almost feel like it's for you, you know, I don't know if it's taking picture, you know, photography, I don't know what it is, but it's thinking outside the box and doing something then, because you're pretty traditional. Here's the thing, it's like you would take a traditional job or whatever. But I encourage you to think outside the box and do some creative stuff and journaling and all that stuff, because that speaks to you. And so you're such a hard worker and so dependable and all that stuff, which, you know, is awesome. But don't lose track of that magical side of you. You know, that side that when you were younger, that when you're younger, it's easy. When you're a kid and everything is so cool, right?
Yeah.
Don't lose sight of how you looked at things then, because does that make sense to you?
Well, yeah, it's funny because I actually teach theater.
Oh, great.
And I have another job that is boring, that is not theater, and I'm just thinking about maybe going all in with the theater and not doing the other. So.
Yeah, perfect. Because
that's funny, because I saw you in that NBC Studios. I saw you in a place, the studio environment. I saw you doing something. But I think it's gonna be something, you know, it's gonna be something creative for sure. But it's gonna be something that you're like, wow, I didn't know I'd be a script supervisor. I didn't know but it's gonna be creative. I think it's gonna be creative for you.
I also see a younger guy. I don't know how old you are, but I also see a younger guy that comes up, and he might already know you. He might already be interested in you. He's kind of tall and thin. I see him kind of interested in you, but you're not really interested in him. But he's kind of, just wait and see. But anyhow, he's not the one.
Oh, okay.
He's not the one. Okay, here, I wrote down, I heard the word Heather, or the name Heather. Does Heather mean anything to you?
No.
Okay, then it's for somebody else.
Okay, I want to say something that's very interesting, because you, okay, so I just picked a few cards, but this one card is really standing out for me, this Six of Cups. It's the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is all about really wanting to change, but there's something, but the past is kind of holding you back. And I think, in a way, this is kind of what you were talking about with the theater thing a little bit. Like, you want to change, you want to do, but there's something kind of like holding you from actually diving into the theater thing or really making that change. And it could be just your fear. It could be there's a belief system that is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not sure. But you really do want to change. But that's part of that upward swing that I'm talking about, Megan.
Yeah.
Part of the upward swing is that you're like going, okay, you know what? I got to let go of the past, and I have to be like, I'm going to start anew and move in this direction. That arrow is really showing me you're moving in that direction a lot. The other thing I want to tell you is there is a guy, and he's going to be, and it's so funny, because I just picked the King of Swords, and as soon as I looked at it, I was like, aha. Polly said a younger, thinner guy. This is an older, bigger man, and more of a manly guy. Like and I definitely want to say much more of a substantial man. And,
all right.
Does that sound good to you?
I like substantial.
Well, that's a match for you. I can tell. It's a match for you. This guy is going to be real humble. Really, he's kind of that's right. So he's kind of like the gentle bear. type.
Okay.
He's like a big, gentle bear, and he's a really good guy. He's very smart, and he has a lot of authority. He's either he's either not sure if he owns his own company, but he kind of commands authority around him. He might be somehow involved in medicine or law. I'm not sure what medicine or law. Something that's like more. He's a big guy that you would think, oh my God, he's probably a lumberjack. but he's not that lumber. No, I don't want to email that lumberjacks.
They're great. Lumberjacks are
awesome. They're great. We love them. But it's something that he's going to be involved in, something that uses his mind a little bit more than his hulkness.
Okay.
He's a really good guy. And the last card that I picked for you. Don't freak out, because people freak out. Look at me, like, don't freak out. But it's the Devil card, but it's turned upside down, and this is a really good sign.
Okay.
The Devil card turned upside down is a total indication that you're really shifting in your spiritual understanding. Now, I don't know what you do. I don't know if you've been really re-looking at your spiritual connection to who you are, to the universe recently, but it's taken a shift. Something's taken a shift. You might have come from a traditional background, and now you're like, I really have to look at this big picture here, or something. Does that make sense to you?
It's more re-examining, but yes.
Yeah, you're really re-examining, and it's a very good thing for you. Very good thing for you. So make sure that you stay on this path of whatever you're doing. I see you opened up to a lot of different philosophies and finding out, how about this? How about that? Do you come from a more traditional religious background?
I mean, not really. I was baptized Catholic, but we never practiced really. So, and my mother's very spiritual. So, yeah, I just kind of, I've never really myself like gone right into it, but she is, and I find myself in places where that's come up, you know. So it's it's coming into my life more.
More and more and more.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. Holly, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I actually, because for whatever reason, before we even started the show, probably an hour before we started this thing, I was getting things about Mother, and your mother is actually going to be instrumental in, she really is like a guiding, she brings things into your life, for sure.
Yeah.
She does. And just that it's really good. But then I also, for some reason, and you can tell me how this fits, and maybe you won't realize it until like a year from now, but there's something about like imperial or like legacy, or like the king and queen thing that, like earlier I made a joke about a crown type thing. So there's some, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like going to be like you're going to be working for a company that's like imperial, but there's some majesty, like there's some, it's going to have some, I don't know what it is, but it's like all over you, and I have no idea what it is. There's some connection there. And so I don't, it might be like a year or 2 years from now, it'll still work for, the title Prince is going to come in, but there's something kind of big with that.
Okay.
And I wish I knew what it was now, but I have no idea.
Wait, what state are you in?
Michigan.
Michigan. When she said Prince, I was like, wait a second, are you in Minnesota? That's where Prince is.
Oh, you're funny.
All right, good. All right, so does all the stuff that we just said kind of hit home, make sense?
Yeah, making perfect sense.
Good. Okay, so this is the part of the show where it's really opened up to you, Megan, about if there's anything that we didn't cover that you want to talk about, you wanted to ask about, that you might have come in with a burning question. This is when you can ask, or if you need clarification about anything that we talked about before. So this is your time.
No, you guys hit everything that I was thinking about, career-wise, relationship-wise. The creativity thing that just came up, like not even a day or two ago, about like getting rid of the old job and just going right into the theater stuff. So that's cool that you guys talked about that. I've been on like a health kind of thing, and I'm just I'm I'm hoping I'm going the right way with that. Trying to, it's, it's one of those things where it's hard to like start, and to get motivated and keep going with it. So I'm hoping maybe you have something to say about that.
I mean, I just feel like you're in a really good place. So the only thing I'm hearing about on the health thing is don't be too hard on yourself. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like you're kind of blessed right now.
Yeah.
In terms of what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
So don't be too hard. And the other thing I'm hearing is, the choices are yours to make. And so if one day you choose to do this and the next day you don't, make that choice, and who cares? You just pick up, Wednesday you do something differently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I know you said that it was about the change, coming out of, and even I think you did mention at one point the change in my body. So that's, I think,
yeah. See, I never remember, but that probably, yeah. I mean, if I did, it definitely had a meaning for it. I mean,
thank you.
To hear that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I just need to jump in here because when you were saying that too, that I just got the vibration, and then also my guide is really, really confirming this. He is like saying, you are beautiful. You are beautiful. You're beautiful. And my first thing, and then me as a coach, is like I'm thinking to myself, why are you doing this thing? I'm not sure why you're doing this thing, or what this health change or whatever. But the main message that is really, if you're doing it to kind of change yourself, then just know that you're beautiful just the way you are. I need to tell you that, first of all. And second of all, if you really have an intuition of being like, I feel like being, I don't know, feeling different in my body, or just like a real, like from a healthy place, then go for it. But I really believe that you as your physical form, Megan, is one of the things that's just very attractive about you. And it's really you, because who you are in your body is you're very, very what do I want to say? You're solid in your body, and that's a very attractive thing. So I just want to say that to you. And he's saying,
thank you.
You're very beautiful, and there's something very much about you. I can, even though we're not next to each other, I can feel your body. I can feel how your body is very. It's just good. It's just good. I don't know.
I agree, and it also, Megan, if you go back to before we even started the show, how I was saying, you're beautiful, and and how I saw it, like you being, like in photograph. I mean, you're beautiful. So, and you are. You have that strength, and you have that courage. You know what you have is courage. That is one of your best assets, is you have courage. You have strength, you have courage, you've got, it's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, you do. And you're finding it more and more. That coming up is, you're finding it more and more and more. It's really good. Let me just ask you really quick before we wrap up, is that what is the reason for the health thing? Are you doing this to lose weight? Are you doing this to get healthy? Or are you doing what's the deal? Or are you being told you're supposed to?
No. It's mostly to feel better, like physically feel better, lose weight, obviously. I think that's why everybody does it initially. But yeah, it's mostly to lose weight and to feel more, feel better after having children, feel better in my body. Yeah.
Good. Okay.
But you're right, though, in that you said that I've always had confidence, no matter what size I was. I've always had that confidence and like strong in my body, and I've always been very comfortable in my body. So it's definitely not to like look different or to look better, because I feel like I feel good. It's just that I wanted to just kind of like, so.
Good. It's good self-acceptance. You have a lot of self-acceptance.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good. Well, this has been fun, right?
Yes, it's been great.
It was, yes. And just, I think the biggest take-home message is you are so lucky. You're in such a great spot in your life. You've kind of made it through, like, the whirlpool of change, and you're in a really good spot.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
enjoy it.
Right. And so let's just ask you before we completely wrap up and we say goodbye. What is standing out for all the stuff that Polly and I said? What kind of stands out for you?
I think the biggest thing that stands out for me is just that coming out of the hole, coming out and reemerging kind of thing. You know, I'm on that upslide. So yeah, that's what I mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay! Awesome.
Yay.
Well, it was great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
It really was. It's great.
Thank you. I'm glad to be on the show. This is my daughter.
Oh my gosh, how pretty. How sweet.
Talk
Just
about
came into my room.
Oh.
How sweet. I love the hair. Oh my God, she's beautiful.
Isn't it great hair? I know, it's the best.
Wow, it's almost like you and I are twins.
You're twins.
Oh, sweet.
Look.
Oh,
great
how
hair, too.
sweet.
Oh, that's the first little girl we've had on the show.
Yay.
Yeah, it is.
What's
Yeah.
your name?
Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. It's weird how I came upon you, Max, but I'm glad to have, and this is a really great experience, and I'm really happy for it. So thank you.
You're
Yay!
so welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to wrap up here, and Polly, what would you like to say in closing, and then I'll say my closing after you.
Just thank you so much for joining us, and if you're interested, check out my on Blog Talk Radio. Check out it's Spirit. No, what is it? Anyhow, you'll recognize my name.
Gateways to Peace.
Yeah, well, that's my website, but I haven't.
Gateways
Thank
to
you.
Peace.
Okay, go to my
Gateways to Peace.
website, which is gatewaystopeace.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking of my radio show, which is on Tuesdays on Blog Talk, which is really fun also. But whatever you do, have fun and connect with meaningful people.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. All right, so thank you everyone for watching. This has been really fun, and we haven't talked about this, but Polly, I'm assuming we will do one more show before our holiday break, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll do one more show next Thursday. We actually already have somebody that's going to be on that show, but if you would like to be considered to be on the show, please send an email. I'll just show it to you right here, info@attractpositiveresults.com, and say divine message participant, and then we will schedule for you for an upcoming show. I think that we have one more, and then I think we're going to take a break for the holidays, come back in January at some point. Hey, maybe we'll come back in January when I'm in Alaska.
That'd be fun.
That'll be fun. And then yeah, so if you're interested in being on the show, please send an email to info@attractpositiveresults.com. And anything that you want to know about me, you can go to attractpositiveresults.com. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, I thought it was a different email. So go to attractpositiveresults.com, and I think that's it. And remember, please remember, you are always being given divine messages because you're supported, and you are loved, and you're held in the palm of the divine. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.